Okay. So hi guys, welcome to Duolingo preparation made easy week 2 day 1 and the trainer is Miss Shruti. Now these are some of the basic instruction for the participant. Make sure you have a stable internet connection and a noise-free environment. We recommend you to use your earphone for the best experience. Your camera phones and microphones are turned off. So in case you have any query, you can drop into the chat box and we will be answering them. Participate actively and stay on topic. Respect your instructor, your classmate, and yourself. Be respectful and professional. Now, these are some of the membership offer. So as you register yourself in the site, you automatically become a bronze member for free. If you wish to go for silver, these are some of the features you will get. That is 2-week Duolingo classes, comprehensive IELTS, GRE, UPro University recommendation, and a free 100-hour GRE courses. If you wish to go for gold, you will get 2-week Duolingo classes, one-on-one Duolingo IELTS, comprehensive IELTS, GRE, expert university recommendation, dedicated counselor for entire application process, statement of purpose, letter of recommendation, and visa. We also provide free profile evaluation with our expert, that is comprehensive evaluation, university shortlisting, course recommendation, country recommendation, recommendation report, and doubt clearance. You will get the detailed report with suitable recommendation customized for your profile and requirement, and will clarify your doubt regarding the study abroad process. We also provide free GRE live classes Monday to Friday, 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. and it's a 2-month course. So please enroll now. So we also have a recorded lecture and a handout. So let me explain you how you can access to them. So this is our website. You go to your name and then My Test Preparation. You will land on this page. You will see Duolingo English Comprehensive Live Classes courses. Then go on View Courses. And here you can see Reading and Speaking Week 2, Reading and Day 1 handouts. So these are the handouts. Okay, you click on this and the handouts will show here. And for previous day recording, you go to Listening and Writing. From there, you can go to day 5 and you will see the recording of previous day. Just wait, it's taking a time to load. Okay, from now on, I will hand over the session to Shruti ma'am, and I'll show you at the end of the presentation how you can access the recorded lecture and the handouts. Okay. So ma'am, you can take the session.
Hi guys, I hope you all are doing great. So if you can see me, can you give me a quick thumbs up, guys? Okay, cool. So let me share my screen. Yeah. So guys, happy to see you all here. We have successfully completed half of our Duolingo question types in the last week. And this week we are going to focus on the question types which are focused on reading and speaking. Okay, so one of the toughest tasks was writing, which we are done in the last week, and this week we are going to focus on speaking and reading. Okay, cool. So let me show you the questions that we will be discussing today. Okay, so today we'll be focusing on an interactive passage. Okay, so we have done something called as interactive listening the last week, where you were listening to an audio and responding to the audio from the given options, right? So today we are going to discuss something called as interactive reading, where you will be given a passage, and in the passage there will be some sentences which you need to complete, and there will be a passage where some of the sentences will be missing, which you need to complete the sentence so that the passage can be completed. And then there's also another type of question called as highlight the answer, which means you'll be given a question, like you'll be given a passage, and then the following questions are given to you. So you need to read the question and highlight, just like we highlight in our Word document. You can just highlight the answer in the question. Okay, so we'll discuss in depth in it. Okay, if you see here, you can see all these three and even the other two questions called as identify the idea and title the passage, which we will be discussing tomorrow. All these five type of questions are only a part of interactive reading, which means it's clear. You see, you'll be having two interactive reading exercises. In each interactive reading, you will be going through all five kinds of questions. Okay, for each interactive reading question, you will be getting 7 to 8 minutes to completely solve it. Got it? So yeah, this is a very important part of the examination, and we will get to it now. Cool. So some important points that you should be aware of, as I've discussed, you'll be getting two interactive reading questions, and in each question, you'll have 6 questions each. Okay, so yeah. Now, these passages can either be narrative, which means it could be a story that you will be reading about and answering accordingly, or it can be expository, which means it could be an informational passage where you will be trying to read the context and try getting the content of the blanks. Okay, each passage will have 7 to 8 minutes, and here you will be evaluated on your literacy and comprehension subscores, right? Now, okay, so some of the question types, as I told you, from the interactive reading are complete the sentences. So guys, this is very important. What does complete the sentence mean? So in complete the sentences, you will be finding the passage, but in the passage, few of the sentences have some blanks in it. Okay, so you have to select the right option for the blanks from the given multiple choice, and then complete those sentences which are a part of the passage. Okay, now the second one says complete the passage. What does that mean? There's a whole passage and one of the whole sentence is missing. Okay, so from the given options, you'll select the right sentence which can complete the passage. Okay, highlight the answer. As I told you, the whole passage is present now, and you have to read the questions given to you, and accordingly you have to highlight the answers in the passage. And the fourth one says identify the idea. Okay, so you will read the passage again, and you have to see what the passage is about. So like you'll be given some 5 ideas, and you have to find the right idea which is presented in the passage, right? And the fifth one is title the passage. So you have to find the right title from the given options which would suit the passage. So, but the best part of it is all these kind of questions, all the 5 kind of questions are on a single passage. So the passage used in complete the sentence is the passage that will be used in complete the passage. So, and as the passage is completed now, you will be asked some questions based on it to highlight the answers in it. Okay, now the whole highlighting, completing everything is done. So now you have to find the idea presented in the passage from the options, and again the last one is to find the title which represents the passage. Got it? So it's a single passage. If you clearly understand the passage, everything else is just follow-up questions to it, so it's going to be very easy. Here the very important point is to understand what you're reading, and then only you will be able to answer the context. Okay, because we have discussed something called as content words, context words, and something called as grammar words, right? So the words which have meaning in itself, you need to know them. Cool. Now let's look at this. Complete the sentence. Okay, some important points about this are you have to select the best option for each missing word. Okay, because you will be given multiple choices, and you have to select the right word which fits in that sentence and gives a proper meaning, and that should also fit in the passage information. Okay, just because a word is directly fitting in the sentence, that alone doesn't work for us. Okay, because here you will be receiving a passage with 4 5 blanks missing 4 5s and 4 5 words, right? So you have to look at it on a whole and see if it is also filling the passage meaning. Okay, and so see, in this task you will see a passage with several blank spaces and select a word to complete the sentence. Okay, now some of the tips are You need to read the entire sentence and use the context clues to help you determine the best word choice. So if I give you a passage about cricket, okay, and I'm talking about Indian cricket team, okay, then you know what kind of words you might come across, right? You will not choose words which will be used for another sport, right? So context of the passage is very important, which will help you find the right answers to the missing words. And time permitting, so read the passage after you have completed, because here, until you click the next button, you will not be going to the next question. Okay, once you click the next button, you can't come to the previous question. So as soon as you answer, please read the passage once again, so that all the answers you have filled are right or wrong, or are they suiting the passage. Okay, this will help you to double check and correct anything if you are unsure of something. Okay, and you can complete the sentences in any order, because you will be getting some 4 to 5 questions in complete the sentences. And if you are not getting the first sentence, you can complete the second one, you can complete the third one, and still you can go and complete the first one. Okay, and you won't be able to click next until you have selected a response for each blank. So suppose you have 5 blanks, until and unless you answer all of them, you will not be going to the next slide, right? Simple. So in a single slide, you will have all the blanks and all the options given to you, and you have to select all of them. Only then you will be going to the next slide, right? Now, to navigate between the sentence, you can use your mouse touchpad or the tab button. That's simple, right? Now, see, this is how the examination question is going to look at the top left corner. It says it has 7 minutes. Okay, and look at the passage on the left. Okay, here we have 4 missing words, and there's a missing word in each sentence. Okay, look at the right side. It says select the best option for each word. Okay, so select the word it has, and when you click the drop down button, there's a arrow button on the right. Can you see my arrow? When you click on it, you will be seeing 4 options or 5 options to fill the first word. Okay, so you select it and that will be displayed here. So only after you fill all these 4 options, you will be able to click the next button. Cool? Yes. Now, this is a first practice question. Okay, I'll be reading out for you, and then we will try to answer each of the missing blanks. So wherever you see these options, okay, these are your MCQs, and try finding the right word from this. Cool? Okay, now let's start. Okay, there have been a lot of scientific studies into what makes a friendship. It seems today that dash of what friendship is are also changing. Okay, now, so what could this blank be? It seems today that dash of what friendship is are also changing. So option A, thoughts, ideas, imagination, creativity, mindset. Okay, what could be the right word that fills this blank? It seems today that dash of what friendship is or also changing. I see people telling imagination, but we don't imagine friendship, right? Come on. It seems today that, guys, think, okay, this is a very realistic answer. Try putting each word and see which will be relevant to what you're trying to answer. Cool? Okay, try. It's easy. Come on. It seems today that dash of what friendship is are also changing. Okay, yeah, it could be ideas. People who are telling ideas, that could be a right answer. Okay, it seems today that ideas of what friendship is are also changing. Okay, or it could also be thoughts. It seems today that thoughts of what friendship is are also changing. Cool, let's look at the right answer in the end now. And the second one, a dash in 1993 at the University of Oxford dash that people could only maintain 150 relationships. Okay, so let's try looking at the first blank. Information, change, study, title, future in 1993 at the University of Oxford. A dash in 1993 at the University of Oxford. What could that be? information in 1993, or a change in 1993, or a study in 1993, or a title in 1993, or a future in 1993. It's very easy. Look at the context, guys. A dash in 1993 at the University of Oxford. Okay, yeah. To the people who told right, a study in 1993 at the University of Oxford dash that people could only maintain 150 relationships. What is this blank? So, at the University of Oxford created, or at the University of Oxford made, or did, or showed, or took. Come on. A study in 1993 at the University of Oxford dash that people could only maintain 150 relationships. What could this be? Very easy. Come on, what can a study do? No, come on, guys. It could not be took, right? Think clearly, what can a study do? Study, it cannot be created, right? Okay. So let me try helping you here. I think it could be showed, right? Showed. See, a study in 1993 at the University of Oxford made that people could only see. It is not even sounding right. What is made? Being made, right? You are asked to do. No, right? So a study can show you that this is happening, right? What is a study? An experiment, or a statistic analysis, or so a group of people sitting together and doing a test, right? So a study in 1993 at the University of Oxford showed, right? Good. To the people who told showed, good work. Okay, so University of Oxford showed that people could only maintain 150 relationships. However, with the dash of social media since then, many people dash have over 300 people who they think of as friends. So the first blank, however, with the dash of social media since then. Okay, what could the word be? Investigation, paperwork, plan, environment, explosion. Come on, guys. Social media is not a part of investigation. See, here, however, with the dash of social media, so they are referring to social media. How did it grow, right? However, with the dash of social media since then. Try understanding. This is a word which is trying to describe how social media has evolved. Okay? Look at this. Can social media be a paperwork? No. Can social media be a plan? No. Is it an environment? Good. To the people who told explosion, see, try understanding the context. That is what I'm trying to tell you. You can find the right answer just by looking at the context of what is it trying to tell about, right? So, however, with the explosion of social media since then, many people dash have over 300 people who they think of as friends. So, what can this blank be? Many people dash. Now, yesterday, tomorrow, ago, once. What is it? Have over 300 people. So, find the right word, guys. It's easy. Many people dash have over 300 people who they think of as friends. Come on. Come on, guys. So easy. See, many people now have over 300 people who they think of as friends, right? See, it's very easy here. You're not talking about yesterday. You can't talk about tomorrow, right? Or ago, once. Here they're talking about social media, which is present right now, right? With the explosion of social media since then, many people now, they're talking about the present, okay, have over 300 people who they think of as friends. Cool. Now let's go to the next example. Let's look at the answers here. So there have been a lot of scientific studies into what makes a friendship. It seems today that ideas, see, it's the ideas of what friendship is are also changing. Let's look at the other options. It cannot be imagination. It cannot be creativity. It cannot be mindset of what friendship. Friendship is not mindset, right? It's how you define it. What is your idea of friendship? A friend in need is a friend indeed. No matter where you are, no matter a friend is something who cannot judge you, right? It's all ideas. Okay, so it seems today that ideas of what friendship is are also changing. Okay, and a study in 1993 at the University of Oxford showed, because a study can show, right? You should also understand the relation between the each word. Okay, University of Oxford showed that people could only maintain 150 relationships. However, with the explosion of social media, here we are trying to describe the social media, how did it grow? Explosion of social media since then, many people now have over 300 people who they think of as friends. Okay, cool. Now let's try solving this one. I hope you all got an idea how to solve this, how to understand the context of the passage and try using it to fill in the blanks. Okay, so yeah, let's try solving this. We arrived in Germany late at night after a long journey by coach and boat. Okay, I was tired and dash. I was tired and dash. What could be the correct word? Okay, I was tired and dash. Let me read the answers for you. Okay, it could be hungry, black, beautiful, red, satisfied. Try to understand the context. Here the person is telling we arrived in Germany late at night after a long journey by coach and boat. So when you travel late at night after a long journey, how would you feel? You would, so I was tired and dash. Okay, to all the people who said hungry, yes, it is right, because see, I was tired and black, can you say that? That doesn't go with the context. I was tired and beautiful, no, it doesn't go with the context, right? So I was tired and hungry. What does traveling make you do after a long journey? You get exhausted, you get hungry, right? Okay, next. We dash into the school hall where the host dash were waiting to meet us. Okay, so we dash into the school hall. This could be something about how they went or how they reached or something, right? So let's look at the options. Made, option 2, went, took, did, watched. What could it be? Yes. So we went into the school hall, okay, where the host dash were waiting to meet us. Where the host dash were waiting to meet us. So let's look at the options. People, dogs, families, schools, gardens. So where the host people or host dogs or host families or host schools or host gardens were waiting to meet us. What could be the right answer? Yes. So it was the host families that were waiting for them, right? So we went into the school hall where the host families were waiting to meet us. Great. I wondered which one would be dash. I wondered which one would be dash. So what are the options here? Yours, his, theirs, mine, its. It's easy, right? The whole passage you're only talking about yourself. So this should also be about yourself, right? So the answer is I wondered which one would be mine. Good work, guys. Okay. Would they give me dinner at this time and would I be able to dash the unfamiliar food? Okay. So here, try reading the context. It is talking about the student being hungry and he's thinking, will they be able to give him dinner at this late in the night and would he be able to dash the unfamiliar food? Options are C, eat, ride, watch, sleep. What do you do with food? You just see it, or do you eat it, or do you ride with it, or do you watch it, or do you sleep? Great. See, it's very easy, right? If you try to understand the context, it is easy. Now, let's look at the answers. We arrived in Germany late at night after a long journey by coach and boat. I was tired and hungry. We went into the school hall where the host families were waiting to meet us. I wondered which one would be mine. Would they give me dinner at this time? And would I be able to eat the unfamiliar food? Very easy, right? Cool. Now so we are running short of time. Let's go to the next question, which is complete the passage. And how does this look? So let's learn few points about this. Here you will be having a whole passage and one sentence will be missing. Okay. So the passage that you received, suppose look at this passage, guys, the first passage. So here, this is your passage. Okay, so another additional part will be attached to the passage, the extension of the passage. In that, one sentence will be missing, from which you have to select the right option. So now I'll show you. Okay, so this is how the passage is going to look. You had the information till friends. Now an additional part of the passage is added here, and you have to fill in this blank from the options given below. Simple. So you're not coming across a new passage. It's the same passage, but another part is going to be added to it. Cool. Now, some parts of the passage will be familiar to you from the complete the sentences question. So make sure to read each section thoroughly, especially new material. So now you can also read the previous sentences of the passage, but you should focus on what the new added sentences are adding to the passage. Okay. So pay special attention. So we have seen this blank, right? You have to pay special attention to the sentence before and the sentence after, because you need to create a connecting point, a flow between the blank before and the blank after. This is a biggest cue which would help you to fill the right sentence there. Okay, so because you have already started reading the passage, you know the context of the passage, and if once you understand what is the sentence that is following the blank, you'll be able to understand what fits right in between the two sentences to connect both the passages. Okay, now try just looking like this is the first passage and then there is the second part. You're trying to connect with a single sentence. Cool. Now, if you hover, okay, here I'll just show you. So this is how it's gonna look. The first part which you have seen will be there, and then you will receive a blank. Here are the 4 options from which you can select a sentence which will fill up this area. Okay, and this will be the connecting sentence to connect this both paragraphs. Is it easy? Yeah, now let's look at it. Let's try solving this. So there have been a lot of scientific studies into what makes a friendship. It seems today that ideas of what friendship is are also changing. A study in 1993 at the University of Oxford showed that people could only maintain 150 relationships. However, with the explosion of social media since then, many people now have over 300 people who they think of as friends. Now, here is the blank. Let's try understanding the new addition to the passage. Okay. Another change from the past is that people don't stay in the place where they were born. They go to different cities and countries for education and jobs. People are in general more geographically mobile nowadays. Okay. So here, what we understood from the first part of the passage, it is talking about how the friendship has changed from the old generation to the social media generation. Here, just because people have 300 followers or following, they think all of them are their friends. Whereas the second part of passage is talking about how here we no more live in a single place, but we keep moving to different cities or countries for educations and job. Okay, we have become geographically mobile. So here we are trying to connect the two paragraphs, where one is talking about the friendship and the other one is talking about how we are not staying in a single place. You will be able to find the right sentence. So a sentence which can connect both of them. Okay, a sentence which either should be talking about friendship or should give an introduction to how people are moving in the education field lately. So let's read the options now and then find the right answer. Okay, some people think that these friendships are not real friends, but others believe that social media has helped us to expand and keep our friendships because we have more time and opportunities. Okay, now option 2 says, as people get older, they sometimes also have less free time. This is talking about age, which we did not talk about in the first or the second sentence, right? Okay. Now, option 3 says young children often choose their friends because of convenience. For example, they go to the same school, they live near each other, or their parents are friends. Right? That's how we made friends when we were kids. But is it relevant to the passage? Is it right to be present between the two passages, like two sentences? Okay, now the last option says people who spend time with friends have fewer mental health problems and are generally healthy. Okay, so now you tell me, guys, what could be the right option? Okay, it is very clear that the sentence that is going to come here should either talk about friendship or should either talk about how people are moving or could talk about both, right? But try eliminating options which are not speaking about the topics that we did not discuss in the passage till now. That's an easy way to work out. Come on, I'll give you a quick 30 seconds to answer this. It is very easy. Try eliminating. Come on, guys, give it a try. It's very simple. I can see all the answers very clearly. Okay. Uh, cool. I see few people coming up with two as the answer. But are we speaking about age here? Neither in the first sentence or in the second new sentences, we weren't speaking about age here, right? Think more. And we were not even speaking about mental health issues also. Neither are we speaking about, come on, try. Yes, this could be the answer because here we are talking about, see, the previous sentence before the blank is speaking about social media, right? So, however, with the explosion of social media since then, many people now have over 300 people who they think of as their friends. So, the continuation sentence could be about social media, right? See, some people think that these friendships are not real, but others believe that social media has helped us to expand and keep our friendships because we have more time and opportunities. Okay, now, whereas option 3 could also be right, but we'll see why it is wrong. Okay, young children often choose their friendships because of convenience. For example, they go to the same school, they live near each other, or their parents are friends. Okay, so this is talking about friendship, right? But there is no connection between the social media and the young children suddenly, right? So here it is very important to find the connection point between the previous sentence or the sentence that is next to it, right? It doesn't have to always connect both of them, or it doesn't have to it can either connect with only one on the left or one in the right, right? But it cannot talk about a complete different topic when it is about completing a passage. Now let's look at the answer. See, the option is right. Now let's go and try solving a second one. Okay, we have already went through this passage, but I'll quickly read it for you. We arrived in Germany late at night after a long journey by coach and boat. I was tired and hungry. We went into the school hall where the host families were waiting to meet us. I wondered which one would be mine. Would they give me dinner at this time and would I be able to eat the unfamiliar food? Now let's see the new sentence that's added. A pretty blonde girl stepped forward, smiling wildly. Behind her stood her parents, a pleasant looking couple who were also smiling. They held out their hands and said, Willkommen in Deutschland. Welcome to Germany. Okay, so if you see here, guys, the first paragraph, the first sentences are talking about how the boy has reached to Germany and is hungry and he's worried about who's who his host family is gonna be and about his unfamiliar food. So the sentence before the blank is about, will he be able to eat the food, or will his host family give him the food at this late hour, and will he be able to eat it? Whereas the new sentence says, it talks about the host family, how they behaved and what they say. Now let's try finding a sentence which will fit in these blanks. Let me read the options for you. I was 15 when I first went away from home on a school trip to Germany. Okay. Suddenly, I heard my name called and the name of my exchange partner, Bridget Smith. Later that year, Bridget came to stay with me. They had two cats, Ping and Pong, who sat on my lap as I looked into the fire in the evenings. So, what could be the right answer? Okay, so I see students telling two as the right answer, and let's discuss why. Others are not the right answer. Okay, so the first one says, I was 15 when I first went away from home on a school trip to Germany. So here we clearly understood that this sentence will be either about food or it could be about the family, like, something related to both of them, or a connecting sentence, right? So this is a completely different information, that the student was 15 when he first went away from home trip, right, from school trip to Germany. Now the second one says, suddenly, like, when he was thinking about the unfamiliar food, suddenly he heard his name called and the name of his exchange partner. So there's a partner with him also, who along with him has gone to that uh, Germany. So that is Bridget Smith. Okay, so till now we did not have any name called Bridget Smith come, right? So here we are giving an introduction to Bridget Smith as his exchange partner. Did you see this? So when I tell, okay, this is my partner Shreya, right? This is my colleague Grishma. So I am first giving an introduction and then telling the name, right? So that's what it is happening here. Suddenly I heard my name called and the name of my exchange partner Bridget Smith. And okay, this could be the right answer. Now, what's the option three? Later that year, Bridget came to stay with me. So, do we know who Bridget is? Okay. And while we are thinking about unfamiliar food, can it be, can you think about later that year, or it is talking about something happened in the past, right? So, no. And the fourth one says, they had two cats, Ping and Pong, who sat on my lap as I looked into the fire in the evenings. So, who had two cats? Because the family was introduced post the blank, right? It cannot be the answer. So, let's look at the answer. Good work to all the people who said it. Suddenly, I heard my name and the name of my exchange partner, Bridget Smith. Very good, guys. Very good. Now, let's look at the third kind of question. Highlight the answer. Okay, so here, guys, we are gonna read the same passages, but you will try to find the right answer in the passage and highlight it. It's gonna be very easy because you are gonna read the passage in the complete the sentences thing. Again, you are gonna read the same passage in the complete the passage. So by this time, you are very well aware of the passage. You will know exactly where the right answer is for the given questions, and you just need to highlight it. So we'll quickly do this and then we'll get through. Cool. Some points that you need to know are, to highlight the answers, you need to click and drag the text to highlight the answer to the question below. Okay. You will see a question on screen, then you will find and highlight the answer with the passage, within the passage. Okay. Some tips are, always only try to highlight the answer asked in the question. Okay. Don't have to highlight more or don't highlight less than required. Based on the question asked, exactly highlight that much is enough. Okay, now once you highlight the text, it will appear in the box below the question, so you can read it in the context and show that in the image. Okay, if you want to change your highlighting, you can click and drag your cursor on the screen again to highlight. So once you have highlighted, if you want to change, if you want to reduce, or if you want to increase the highlighting sentence, then you can always do it, right? Now, this is how it's going to be, guys. The whole passage is here and the question is here. So what was John doing to save money? So whatever you want to answer this with, you can find the correct sentence here, click and drag that particular answer, and that will be shown here. And you can also cross check, is this particular sentence that is available here, is it answering what the question has? Okay, and then click on the next button. So now this is our question. So let's start. I'll quickly read it once and then we'll answer these answers. Okay. There have been a lot of scientific studies into what makes a friendship. It seems today that ideas of what friendship is are also changing. A study in 1993 at the University of Oxford showed that people could only maintain 150 relationships. However, with the explosion of social media since then, many people now have over 300 people who they think of as friends. Some people think that these friends are not real friends, but others believe that social media has helped us to expand and keep our friendships because we have more time and opportunities. Another change from the past is that people don't stay in the place where they were born. They go to different cities and countries for education and jobs. People are in general more geographically mobile nowadays. Okay. Now, how many relationships can people maintain? The answer is in the passage. Okay. Just the right amount I want you guys to type. Okay, here you can't. So guys, clearly look at the question, and you will not just highlight the number, okay? You will be highlighting the sentence. I want to tell you, you will be highlighting the center, which is sentence, which is answering the question. So if I ask how many relationships can people maintain, I see people have sent me number, but I'll tell you here you're gonna answer. If you have to highlight, I would say, the University of Oxford show that people can see only maintain 150 relationship. People could only maintain 150 relationships is the right amount of answer. Okay, you don't have to talk about University of Oxford showed that people could only maintain 150 relation. That's too long, right? Or you, if you answer only maintain 150, or if you write only 150, even that isn't the right answer, right? So what is it talking about? Look at the question. Question asks, how many relationships can people maintain? So you talk about people could only maintain 150 relationships. Don't you think you're answering in the right amount of English for the right amount of question? Right? So don't do more. Okay. Now let's look at the other. And for the people who have answered 300 as the correct answer, look at this, guys. Here it is telling that many people now have 300 people who they think of as friends. Okay, here they're thinking them of as friends. We are not talking about relationships here. Don't get confused. Look at the question clearly. The first question is talking about relationships, and the second question is talking about friends. Okay, here we might know that friendship is also a relationship and everything, but here, according to the passage, stick to the words that the question is asking and find the right kind of answer to it. Okay, don't confuse. Now, the second question, why do people go to different cities and countries? Come on. Okay, why do people go to different cities and countries? I see people selecting the right answer here. You just have to use the sentence and the answer. Okay, cool. Any other answers, guys? Okay, for education and jobs is the right answer. Very good. Now let's look at the answer. See, the first answer is people could only maintain 150 relationships, whereas the second answer talks about they go to different cities and countries for education and jobs. Right? Here also we are selecting the whole sentence because that is what completes the sentence. Now let's do the last question of the day. Okay. Now, we arrived in Germany late at night after a long journey by coach and board. I was tired and hungry. We went into the school hall where the host families were waiting to meet us. I wondered which, sorry, I wondered which one would be mine. Would they give me dinner at this time, and would I be able to eat the unfamiliar food? Suddenly, I heard my name called and the name of my exchange partner, Bridget Smith. A pretty blonde girl stepped forward, smiling widely. Behind her stood her parents, a pleasant looking couple who was also smiling. They held out their hands and said, "Welcome in Deutschland. Welcome to Germany." Okay. Now, what did the writer feel after her long journey? Good, good. I see people just try selecting tired and hungry. Okay. You cannot answer, I was tired and hungry, right? Here, you are not the writer. So the question says, how did the writer feel after her long journey? So you only select tired and hungry. If you select I was tired and hungry, that would be wrong. Okay. Now, what did Bridget Smith parents do? Okay. What did they do? Come on. What did Bridget Smith parents do? It's very easy. What were they doing? What did they do? Were they doctors? Were they engineers? Were they smiling? Okay. They were also smiling. Cool. Okay. So I think the correct answer would be they held out their hands and said, "Welcome in Deutschland, welcome to Germany." Right? Because here, what did they do? Okay, smiling is also an action. They smiled, yes. But look at the bigger answer. Okay, here they're talking about an action that has performed. Here, if you see the previous sentence, a pretty blonde girl stepped forward, smiling wildly. Behind her stood her parents, a pleasant looking couple who was also smiling. Here, we are just trying to describe how the family looked. Okay, but the correct answer is about what did they do. They held out their hands and said, "Welcome in Deutschland, welcome to Germany." Cool? Yes. Now, yes, guys, so we are done for the day. Tomorrow we'll be discussing the other two questions. Okay, and then we'll also be discussing few other parts of speaking. So if you have any other questions, do let us know, and I'll be here for the next few minutes. And also please go through the handouts. You have a lot of questions to practice there, and if you want to practice more and more questions, you can always go to Duolingo test website and practice there. You can give unlimited number of tests there. Cool. Okay, any questions, guys? Anything? Cool. Okay, guys, if you have no questions, then I'll hand over the session to moderator. Moderator, can you please take over?
Thank you, ma'am. So guys, if you have any question, you can ask about the handout. Let me show you how you can access them. Okay. So let me just. So guys, this is our website. You go to your name, then my test preparation. Okay. Here you will see Duolingo English Comprehensive Live Classes and view. You can go to view courses. Then you go to reading and speaking week 2, day 1, and here are the handouts of day 1.